Hello, everyone, and welcome to Chaos Inc. And boy, do I wish y'all could hear what was happening in the pre-show without getting a terms of service violation or 9. Okay. Also, about 5 seconds ago, Caleb was dying, like falling off of his stool. Okay. Welcome back, everybody. Thank you for putting up with our extended break. It's been a crazy couple of weeks. We really hope that you all had a good time celebrating whatever winter holiday you celebrate. Happy New Year. We hope everybody's staying safe in this weird world we're living in right now. Joining us tonight is Steph playing Apex.
Hi, I have no words after what's gone on in this chat.
Next, we have Caleb playing Zed Lane.
I had something locked and loaded, and then
And now
the
it's
last
gone.
few minutes happened. So hello from my basement.
No words.
Hello from my basement.
We're centering people. Next, we have Kaylee playing Chone, who was doing something interesting with a hairbrush a minute ago.
Vogue.
Finally, the man, the myth, the legend, we have Michael playing Maxi.
Sometimes a penis is just a penis.
I'm not sure where that came from, but there we are.
Really? You're not sure?
I zoned out for a minute, was writing notes, and then all of a sudden,
Okay.
it was just,
We will get you a paint by numbers, and you'll be able to figure it out.
I think they were planning on starting an Identico OnlyFans, but I can't
Remember,
confirm that.
remember what the title was?
No, go ahead, tell them.
IDENTECO.
So I hope everybody's happy about that.
I don't know.
We
Michael's
welcome-
gonna take. Michael
be
takes
determined.
2d8 pun damage.
Yeah,
Steph's our business
everyone.
manager, actually. So
Oh god.
I'm about to fail my second death save. If that helps.
Uh-oh.
Oh, wrong system.
Okay, let's recap. It's been a little while, so let's talk about how we got to where we are. Okay, our intrepid group, Zed, Chone, and Maxi, were sent by Omni up to Silicon City to establish a new base of operations and see what the words
again,
what the competition would be like
This time with feeling.
for their cybernetics conglomerate as they moved into North America. Shortly after arriving, they learned that they stepped into a much larger world, and for whatever reason, they were getting sucked into a conspiracy that was bigger than they had originally realized. Hooking up with their new contact Apex, who was showing them around Silicon City, they moved about, causing all kinds of chaos, until they were finally approached by the United Nations Information and Observations Group. After a, very controversial decision to, murk somebody, and some promises from the IOG, they decided to sign up with the team, and they were led to the individual who'd been running the operations against them, a guy named Redcap, and then they promptly kidnapped him. After fleeing Silicon City and heading to a safe house that Maxi knew about up in the northern part of California, they managed to escape an ambush, flee south, and finally turn Redcap over to their IOG contact. In and amongst all of this, they learned the identity of the secret society that had nuked America back in the 2030s and who was running it today. And when they learned this, they learned that the IOG was deeply, deeply compromised.
It was called Q, right? That was the.
No, we're not going there.
no, we should probably not go there.
Anyway, after some more misadventures, the team has managed to hand Redcap off to their IOG contact, apparently cleanly, in that they, left him in a shower.
It's as clean as we could get.
That's very true. And then they headed back down towards Silicon City to plot their next move. We last left our team as they were approaching the checkpoint to Silicon City, where Maxi had put on a very glam rock-esque style disguise to include using a shirt sleeve as a bandana, while he's wearing truck stop short shorts
This is true.
and a sleeveless tee. Apex has glammed out her hair. And that's where we're going to pick up today, as Shawn is approaching the guarded checkpoint.
Don't leave out the van, though.
Oh yeah, the wizard van.
Sorry,
Yeah.
I was gonna let
Okay.
Kaylee, for our new viewers,
Perfect.
describe the van of epicness, as they were calling it last episode.
I mean, this van really cannot be described. It has to be experienced. But it's an older van, and there is the most amazing mural. Think of the grandest wizard you could think of casting his spells against a dark, lightning-strewn sky. But inside is where the magic truly happens. The deep pile carpet that lines all four walls, and what probably at one point was a waterbed in the back. But nevertheless, Shawn brings the vehicle to a stop at the checkpoint.
As you bring the vehicle to a stop at the checkpoint, you are approached by a armed Whisperstone agent who's been contracted to run the checkpoint, and he goes, "Chip," as he holds up the scan wand.
Shawn presents their chip.
Are they
Shawn,
asking for all of our chips?
Right now, just the driver.
Oh, okay, cool.
Shawn, you have a clean chip, right?
Yep. As far as I know.
Okay. He stares down at his glow for a very tense 10 seconds, and he goes, "Would you mind pulling over to the side over there?" And he points toward one of the inspection lanes.
Sure. Is there a bathroom nearby?
Yeah, there should be some porta-johns right outside.
Excellent. We have somebody with a very small bladder on board. You said over there? To the line? Okay, thank you. I'll pull over there. Somebody fake up small bladder, please. In case we need to run.
Got it.
I'll pull over I'll do as just instructed.
Were we wanted? I can't remember.
Probably by a lot of people, but
You had checked, actually, just before you did the handoff of Redcap. You and Shawn had done a bunch of digging, and you don't have any wants or warrants that you found at this time.
Okay.
that's why we're feeling brave enough to do this.
Okay.
/ stupid enough to do this.
As we are pulling over, I'm switching my chip over to one of my ghost chips. So if they were to scan it, mine says my name is Jane Jones.
Okay.
Can I get one of those?
Sure. It's gotta pay for it, unfortunately.
I got a lot. We got a lot of. We had a lot of. I'm sure we can.
Yeah, I know a guy.
Oh, okay. We'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
So you pull
Here
into the
comes-
inspection line. Is someone actually going to go to the bathroom? Maxi.
So as the van pulls over, Maxi is getting very close. He's right next to the side door, and he's starting. He kind of looks at everybody and then looks at the door and then starts doing what he approximates to be like a pee-pee dance.
Okay. The porta-john is open. There's no one inside.
Yeah, the door flies open and Maxi will like run across the little parking area to the porta-john.
Okay. You wait a couple minutes, and while Maxi's in the porta-john, you are approached by a different Whisperstone agent who walks up and asks to see everyone else's chip.
Sure.
Sure.
No problem.
Steph, give me a software roll for the quality of this ghost chip.
Okay. And is that
That or-
plus?
All your stuff.
Oh, I don't remember
Zed.
what it was.
It's your tech head and your software check.
Okay.
That, are you giving him your standard?
Oh yeah, I've got a regular clean corporate chip.
Okay.
That was a nat 20. It was a total of a lot.
Kicking off the new year, right?
35.
Nice.
Okay. Very nice.
Did you include your
Maxi,
tech head on that, by the way?
Yeah. I rolled pretty poorly on the tech ed.
Very nice. Maxi, you go to the bathroom.
Mm-hmm.
Are you doing anything else while you're hiding in the porta shitter?
Maxi is kind of making a scene.
How so?
There's a lot of like, oh,
is it a scene or is it an
like,
arms race?
Oh, nice.
Well done.
Nice. Yeah, I have. Wow.
I have to listen to that tomorrow.
Don't even have a
over.
response. You caught me off guard, Caleb. Normally, I can come back with a good song-based, response, but I'm just done right now.
That's my one for the year. I can never do that again.
All right. Well, you blew it early, so to speak.
Literally grabbing it.
Yeah. Maxi's in there making a lot of ruckus, trying to basically act kind of as a distraction for the rest of the team, somewhat. But yeah, it sounds like there's a very wet murder going on in the porta potty.
Oh.
So the Whispertone agent asks Kaylee, do you have anybody else that was in the van? The other guy said somebody had to go to the bathroom.
I just point towards the ruckus.
As the porta shitter like shakes.
Oh,
and bounces.
there's definitely some rattling going on in there. There's a fist pound. There's like a fist pounding on the side of the porta potty.
I look at the Whisperstone agent
and I go, charisma check, Maxi.
Okay.
I look at the Whisperstone agent. I go,
I can do
every 45 minutes.
You don't want to know what he ate. You really don't.
Charisma. There it is.
He goes, I kind of do, so that I don't.
It was there was a guy with a wheelie cart. He said the meat was fresh and it was wrapped in a nice tortilla. It looked pretty good, but there was a purple sauce. I don't know what the purple sauce was. I could not identify it.
It has an odor to it that was kind of questionable.
I mean, I know we have brown gravy and
too bad.
white, like gray gravy, but not a purple gravy.
Not purple.
We're gonna go with. Could I possibly do make this an intimidation roll?
Yes.
Because I'm putting myself in the mindset of if I hear somebody having a real bad time in a portable toilet, I'm hesitant to approach that portable toilet.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Okay, if I use intimidation, that's going to turn that into an 18.
Okay. Wow. Okay, and that guy just rolled a natural 1.
Yes.
He goes. He looks back down at his glow, looks at your stuff. He goes, I'd have that guy wash his hands, but I don't see anything not clean here. So, I think we could probably, as the porta potty continues to shake, he's like, I think you're probably okay. So, yeah.
We are.
When he comes out, go ahead and.
At least we are.
Yeah.
After the porta potty stops moving, and then there's a couple minutes of silence, and then the door kind of swings open hard, and Maxi comes out he looks drained,
No.
Just exhausted, and he's kind of holding his hands in front of him like this.
Give him the wet wipes.
And walking real slow back to the van.
So there's a hand washing station in front of the bank of porta potties. You push down with your foot on this little pump, and it puts water.
And
he'll wash his hands.
Oh yeah, he'll go over to the hand washing station, and he's gonna make a show of it. But then you see him lean on the sink, and then he rushes back into the porta potty.
Oh goody, a twofer. Did the guard leave it already at this point, or is
He
this
already left.
Okay,
Okay,
this is just theater.
You're good.
Yeah, so that's just it. Okay. So yeah, after another couple minutes, Maxi will open the door, and as he comes out and sees that the guard is gone, he straightens himself back up, washes his hands, and then comes back to the van.
Once you get in the van, Shawn kind of turns and looks at you and goes, Did you actually yell, "Take cover, Arizona"?
I was going to blame the seagull meat, but they weren't here when I came out.
That was impressive.
Okay.
Also, don't eat seagull meat.
No, I mean,
Just
Noted.
common sense.
Noted.
it makes you run.
Oh.
Oh,
Okay,
viewers,
let's
last
just-
episode, the last thing that Maxi ate was prime rib.
It might have been
Yes,
a
we did
little
go back to
rare.
review the episode.
It was truck stop prime rib, though, wasn't it?
It
was truck stop prime rib.
Prime rib.
I would like to point out that
Greasy
seagulls
spoon.
have ribs.
Didn't
Maybe it wasn't
specify
so
which
much prime
rib.
rib as it was pressed seagull.
There you go.
I put the car back in gear, and we begin to leave.
So as you pass past the last gate, you note on the walls of the city there's a few Robs patrolling the exterior area, things guarding the gate. They've got like 5 or 6 APCs there. So you in the back of your mind are happy you did not have to try and shoot your way past the giant robots.
Does this feel more security than usual or normal amount of security?
I'm going to tell you, Caleb, to give me... Do you have any espionage skills or military?
We have established over so many games that I never have the right skills.
I have
I don't remember
espionage.
what you-
Maxi has military, and none of us have
No.
medicine.
Maxi does not have military.
Oh,
Maxi has interrogation, intimidation, insight, and in tactics, I've got guerrilla warfare and urban warfare.
Max, you can give me an urban warfare roll.
Okay.
Zed can give me an intelligence check.
That is a natural 20. So 24
wow.
total.
wow! This is the year.
Starting out strong.
Yeah.
Well, I
You know
don't
when it's not
know
important.
anything. I don't know anything because I rolled a 2.
Oof.
Never mind.
Hey,
All right.
22.
Well, it's actually the same. It's urban warfare, but it also like there's a sub skill for urban dance trends. So, we'll use warfare though. We'll use warfare. I'm sure
Yeah,
there'll be a
yeah,
lot more.
This isn't a
Probably.
dance. This isn't a dance fight.
It should be though.
It does look a little high to you, Maxi. But it occurs to you that one of the last pieces of news that you'd gotten was about 4 days ago, somebody took down the Benevolent Tower in Angel City.
That's what I was going for.
Yep. And so having additional checkpoint security at the next city north of Angel City doesn't strike you as odd. It seems like a standard flex. If that kind of,
For
and
the
I'm
type
putting
of
this in air quotes, terrorist activity. has
for that
been
type of
happening.
activity, it wouldn't be surprising to have the revs running a little higher.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
And Maxi will make that known to the group. The height of the revs, their elevation appears to be, in tune with the recent attack on the tower.
As you pull into Silicon City, Apex, you get a text from Alondra.
Oh. What does it say?
She asks if you made it back into the city.
Oh. Yep, no trouble.
She texts back, good to hear. What's your next move? Question mark.
I will look to the others and say, do we know our next move?
Shawn has put the vehicle back on autopilot now that we're in the city, and they're doing something on that glow. It looks like a music program. They kind of like, what?
What, do we know where we're going, what we're doing?
I would like to go home and take a shower.
I was heading back towards our apartment.
Is it
Is our apartment safe?
safe?
I mean, the people who were after us they would have stopped. They would have obviously been at the gate waiting for us.
We can always get a couple hotel rooms if we're really worried. But
It might make more sense to set up a separate base of operations and do some recon on our original apartment to ensure it is safe.
Yeah,
Well,
that sounds.
I know a couple
good.
people at some hotels that owe me some favors. I can get us a couple suites.
That would probably be
Sure.
our best course of action.
Sweet.
Sweet. Indeed, it would be sweet.
Perfect. I will text back. We are laying low, regrouping. Anything you were wanting to recommend?
Let me know where you land. I'll come to you.
Ooh.
I'll send a thumbs up emoji.
That's so
Zed,
good.
the person who owes you a favor, it's actually an old flame of yours. And they are one of the concierges at the Fairmont Hotel in San Francisco on Mason Street. I will let you fill in the gaps on that person.
All right, so I will clean myself up. There's a glam I have in my memory banks for this individual. They are an old friend of mine. I will. Their name is Finnegan.
What does that glam that's specific for Finnegan look like? What's Finnegan's taste?
Finn likes me in a little bit of a mess. So, unshaven, longer than normal hair, maybe some roots showing. Finn likes to take care of Zed, so Zed needs to look a little bit of a mess.
I'm going to discreetly snap a little picture of this look.
Kind of
Let
like
me just
Zed
itch
just
my
came
nose.
off a 4-day bender. Is that basically what we're looking at here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Deep shadows under the eyes. I'm tired.
Okay, y'all watch Zed activate his glam, and he is not his normal debonair self.
Chona's oblivious.
But you're pretty sure he unbuttons one button and then intentionally buttons that button into the wrong buttonhole.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I will turn my vest inside out and put it back on so the seams are showing.
Is like one piece of the one little thing of the one flap of the shirt tucked in and the other one hanging out? And one that's tucked in is caught in your fly?
This is totally Zed's greasy Colin Farrell look.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
Actually, ironically enough, when Zed tells you into the Fairmont, San Francisco, Apex, your apartment is only about 5 blocks from there.
Oh. I don't know if my apartment's safe though.
I'm just letting you know.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to the hotel because the number of people who seem interested in me right now is not good.
Well, you'd been on the 101 as you came down through the checkpoint near Novato. You continued through San Rafael, Mill Valley, cross the Golden Gate Bridge. It takes you about 40 minutes, but you pull up out front of the hotel and in the Epic Wizard van. And the valet, as they approach the van, looks visibly concerned, is probably the word I want to use here. And they're like, may I help you?
This is an opportunity of a lifetime. You get to park the van. And I hand him the keys.
The valet says, I will cherish it forever.
You'll tell your kids about it.
Treat her well.
Welcome to the Fairmont.
Thank you.
Please enjoy your stay.
I'll tip him well.
I will go over to the concierge desk. What time of day is it?
Right now, it's by the time you get there, it's late morning. approaching noon.
How busy is the lobby?
Not super busy. I mean, all of the checkouts have already occurred. And you're not really at check-in time yet. You're kind of in that in-between space between checkout and check-in, which typically doesn't happen until 3. You do see a woman standing at the concierge desk. You do not see Finnegan.
So I will not really put on a show, but affect a little bit of a stumble. Come up to the desk. Hello. I just spoke to Finnegan a little bit ago. Are they around?
Doing courtesy checks. Can I ask who's here?
Ah, yes. Lane. Zed Lane. They know me. Can I just wait over here?
Yeah.
Thank you.
You see them no one gets onto a phone, kind of looks at you, not suspiciously, but like confused.
Yeah.
You wait for a few minutes, and after a few minutes, you see Finnegan come out of the elevator, where Finnegan walks up to you and gives you a very big hug.
And I return the hug. And since there's not too many people around, I will lean up against them, like with my arm around their shoulder. A little bit of affection, but not too much.
And he goes, well, you look better than the time you got stabbed in that brothel.
Yes. Yes, I have not bled recently. So we're doing good.
You don't look good, but you look better.
Considering what's happened over the past week or two, we're doing aces. But for right...
Do I want to know?
Nope. Plausible deniability, my dear.
So Finnegan used to be a flight attendant. That's how you met them?
Yes.
On suborbitals. And you just happen to know that they now work at the Fairmont.
Right.
As a concierge.
So I've got a few friends, some co-workers, and we just need someplace safe and quiet until we check out our usual accommodations to make sure there's no problems.
I don't want to know. I don't want to know.
I wasn't going to say much more.
The less I know, the better.
If Finnegan looks over at this like kind of a ragtag
Finnegan
group,
does.
Just as a note, Maxi has taken off of his shirt and he's just wearing like his jacket with the sleeves torn off, and he's wearing those the truck stop like kind of hot pants, and he just and the headband, and he like waves back. Zed, is the room ready?
At that point, Finn looks at you and goes, "Is that your current thing?"
It's complicated. It's not exactly what it looks like.
I'll take your word for it, sweetie. Okay.
It's complicated.
Yeah, give me like 2 minutes.
Some weirdies.
Finnegan comes back a few minutes later and hands you a key card and says 6th floor, 610.
Thank you, darling.
Stay out of trouble.
I always try.
Try harder.
I will. And I'll nod at everybody and head to the elevators.
As the group is walking like toward the elevators, Maxi will definitely like get eye with Finnegan and just kind of go, "What's up?"
Nice.
I don't know what that was, but
Nope.
lullaby time.
Bedtime alarm. So yeah, we'll head up to, what'd you say, 610?
Yep.
Head up to 610.
You come up. It's one of the smaller suites. So it's got a smaller living room, 2 small bedrooms with a king bed each, a little mini bar. Not the top tier, but I mean, this is the Fairmont, so even their like small rooms are very nice.
So we'll go into the room. I know that Finnegan likes a specific type of wine, and there's an old restaurant we used to go to all the time. So I'll key in a couple orders for delivery for them as a bit of a payback.
Okay.
But then we'll just get settled in the suite.
Okay.
I will text Delandra the address.
She comes back and she goes, "Oh, you're at the Fairmont."
Yep.
Okay. When would be a good time to stop by? She texts you back.
Now-ish. And I will include room 610.
She sends back a thumbs up emoji.
Classic.
See you in an hour.
Okay. I will let the others know as well that she's stopping by.
So I'm going to go right for the shower, and I'm going to order a new outfit to be delivered.
Okay. What's the outfit? Which way is Zed going today?
And this, ladies and gentlemen, is the most important part of this session.
Yeah. Just need to know what
Fashion
that's wearing.
in Identico.
All right, so we're getting back into the city. We don't really know what's going on. I'm not going to go as nice as usual. So, like a nice pair of boots, like high-end Doc Martens. They look old school. They're intentionally aged and stressed.
Okay.
Like really dark jeans, but again, intentionally stressed and aged to make them look vintage, even though they're not. Like a black button-up collared shirt. Still a vest, like still a nice kind of. No, a sweater vest. I'm gonna do sweater vest.
Oh.
Sweater vest. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, sweater vest. Again, kind of vintagey, striped. It's got those. It's like got, for some reason, like patches with like eyelets for no reason. It's like this weird style. Again, a couple holes, a couple wear marks.
Okay.
And yeah.
The outfit will be delivered via drone courier within the next 40 minutes.
Yeah.
Maxi, are you changing, or are you just going to keep rocking the shirtless jacket with the hot pants?
I offer my glow. It's keyed up to your size, buddy. Just whatever you want. Please.
Wonderful. These shorts are riding up something difficult.
So I'm going to order some powder first.
I know. I'm okay. There is no chafing. I'm okay.
You got to be careful.
No, I understand. This is not my typical gear, but it is not the first time I have worn something of. And he looks down this nature.
Okay.
Maxi will order. Maxi will go back to kind of his standard, kind of a monochromatic suit, dark shirt, colored tie, suit jacket, comfortable utilitarian shoes. Yeah.
Okay.
And he will. He'll wait his turn for the shower.
Yeah. How do y'all want to? Does anyone else want to make any wardrobe changes, or is everybody just getting cleaned up?
Joan actually came into the room and just dropped onto the couch, and they're seriously involved in something on their glow that they haven't even noticed Zed's outfit change. So Shawn is completely oblivious.
While we're
notice that epic sweater vest.
While we're waiting for Zed to get out of the shower, I guess Maxi will look over to Chone and Apex. Do either of you have connectivity to the apartment at this time? I assume one of you has a back door.
I'm assuming we do.
You had set up, stuff to go into your apartment and look at the video cameras and stuff like that long time ago.
Sure. Yeah. What you need?
Well, we had talked about doing some recon on the apartment before we would return. So would one of you attempt that reconnaissance while we wait?
Sure.
Chone appears to be distracted, so if you don't mind.
What?
Yeah, I mean, they've totally missed the vest and everything.
What vest?
You need to look at the vest. Trust me. Go find Zed.
Zed has picked out quite a stunning outfit for when he gets out of the shower.
Okay.
It's great. Yeah. Let me tap into some things. Do some looking around.
I have asked Apex to take a look at the apartment surveillance to check and see if it is safe for us to return.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, she's got it.
Perhaps dive into the back systems. Is everything all right with you, Chone?
Yeah. You have a very unique tone. Can you quickly say for me, "Oh yeah"?
Oh yeah.
Thank you. Chone puts their earbuds back in and resumes working.
I'm just gonna shrug and start tapping into the apartment systems.
Maxi's going right for the mini bar in the hotel, and he's looking for something to eat and drink.
Do I need to make a roll?
No, you're just tapping in.
Oh.
What are you looking for specifically? Again, it's like logging into your own computer.
Oh,
You
okay.
all had set up the stuff for the security system in the apartment, so
Yeah, so I'll check if any cameras have picked up anything, any sign that locks have been broken. I want to check and see if anyone's attempted to hack it. Hack into the system.
first, you go through the event log on all the stuff. You're not seeing any door forced or failed entry logs in the event log in the security system. You do see a couple of times a drone comes by that balcony and kind of looks in the window and then takes off again.
It might be Zed's underwear subscription, though.
It is the drone labeled at all, or
Give me a perception.
let's see what that is. Wow. 27.
It is. It is a drone belonging to the Identico Corporation.
Okay. I kind of feel like the apartment's not safe. You guys. Shawn, you're into something. Never mind. I'll walk over to Maxi. I feel like the apartment's not safe. There's some Identico drones that did some flybys, potentially scouting out the place.
Do you have any way to see if there's anything in the current airspace of the apartment, as if there's ongoing monitoring?
Sure, let me check. Is there anything currently?
No, nothing currently.
Nothing at the moment. It just kind of makes me nervous that they've stopped by more than once.
From the footage, does it look as though they have come by at any kind of repeatable pattern or time frame? As if they're checking in at various set times?
Yeah, is there a pattern for when they do their flybys?
Zed, are you out of the shower?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so as soon as you
I've
come
been
out, Maxi like shoves the rest of this meal bar in his mouth and jams this soda down his throat, and then runs into the bathroom to shower.
Okay.
Was there a pattern to when they stopped by?
You've only been gone for 4 days, and so it looks like they came by on the second day, and it looks like they came by yesterday.
Okay.
So every other day, but that's not really saying much because you've only been gone for 4 days.
Yeah, it's not enough
Fair.
to really establish.
Seems
a pattern.
like longer.
It seems like longer.
It seems like
Yeah.
it's been months that we've been gone.
At least
Actually-
months.
Interestingly,
Like if we had
all
a
of
spider
your-
plant, it would be running around the edge of the apartment.
all of you are feeling very drained. You did, because if you recall, you'd managed to get a good night's sleep at
Cabin, right?
at Steve's house,
Steve Burton.
right?
Mhm.
Steve Burton.
And then you kind of had gradually moved your way south. That took about a day, but you haven't really slept in about 27 hours.
No.
So you're all pretty worn out again.
I mean, it's safe to say they know where the apartment is. Whether or not they're consistently checking back is another thing.
And I guess the assumption is that they're intentionally checking on us. That makes the most sense.
Right.
I'm going to assume in general, multiple
Zed?
corp.
Give me an intelligence check.
Oh God. $17, unless. I don't think I could argue that anything I have would help with that. So let's say 17.
It occurs to you that if Redcap was Allison Quintero, the CEOs of Identico's proxy, he had you guys made and your apartment made long before you came to Silicon City. So the fact that Identico still knows where you are or where you were staying is not, it's not raising alarm bells in your, Zed brain.
It's nothing worse than is what is already going on, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they've been keeping an eye on us, but they knew we were here before we showed up. We don't need to jump to the conclusion that something bad is happening, but we do have to be careful.
Right. Like, maybe we shouldn't intentionally put ourselves someplace where they can spy on us if we have other options.
I mean, they probably know where we are. We used our chips to get in.
Well, Jane checked in for me, so.
Fair.
But, yeah, I don't know. Alondra's on her way, maybe. Not that she's been very helpful lately. It's just been a whole lot of, I don't know.
Well, let's relax a little bit. Let's get some food and see if we can't get some rest as well.
Your
Yeah.
room service order shows up, Zed. Because you'd order some stuff to possibly share with Finnegan later. But your room service order shows up. A short time after that, you hear a knock on the door.
I'll go check the little peephole before I open it.
It's Alondra, and someone is with her.
I'll just kind of lean at the door and go, "Who is it?"
Just open the door, or I will call you by your real name.
Oh, fuck. I'll open the door.
Are you,
No.
are you all cleaned up and out of the shower, Maxi?
Maxi comes out in a towel
Woo!
Yeah.
and he literally walks out, is paying no attention to he goes right for the minibar again.
Identico OnlyFans.
He's getting he grabs the little can of wasabi peas and a little thing of peanuts, and he just starts
Maxi, I've got a whole cart of food over here, real food. I got sandwiches. I got some drinks. What do you want? What do you need?
He puts the top back on the wasabi peas and puts it back in the mini bar and shuts the door.
They already charged us for it. It's not going to help. It's already-
So just so you know, and this is something that is actually done in real life, the way the minibar works is those shells, what they have is they legit have little lasers, right? And so when you pick something up, it pops the beam and the beam connects and it automatically charges the room.
Oh, nice.
So can you do like an Indiana Jones thing and like slip a piece of paper in there first and then pull out the food?
I mean, you can try.
Like you're sitting there with a small sandbag that's just about the same weight as a half a can of Pringles.
Dump some sand out.
I mean,
Just yank the power to the damn thing and then take whatever you want.
Okay. Gosh.
So Maxi will then make his way over to the cart of food and just kind of start picking at things.
Okay. In with the laundry walks someone who you have seen on news vids and hollows repeatedly. She is accompanied by Jackson Howe, the CEO of Pustuli Waste Products and one of the board members for the Solar System Mining Collective.
Oh. Joan actually looks up at these people walk in and kind of blinks in surprise, and then slowly pulls their earbuds out.
You could have said you're bringing company, and maybe we could have, cleaned up the place or something.
And for Caleb's memory, because Caleb doesn't work, you said Jackson Howe, right?
Yeah. Yep.
That's one of the four.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We know that. That's on my
Yes.
paper. I know that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And it's Nara's boss, the one that you were with.
Ah, okay. That makes sense.
Nara is his proxy.
Well, okay then. Hello.
Regretting the vest now?
Oh no, I'm loving this vest. This is comfortable.
Okay, good.
This is like business casual.
So she goes, well, it's good to see you, Apex, and, not dead. And you're friends again.
Thank you.
I haven't seen you since that dinner we all had. You all look lovely.
Thanks.
Thank you.
too.
Yeah, feels like that was months ago.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
It was like
haven't heard
3 weeks
much.
ago.
Felt like months. A lot has happened.
With that, Jackson walks over to the minibar, grabs a bottle of water. He goes, yes, a lot. That is the understatement of the century.
If you like wasabi peas, there is a can already open.
He looks over at you and he goes, and he opens the can of wasabi peas and pops 3 of them into his mouth. So, you all note that unlike many rich people, so it's very common, most wealthy people, when they have full cybernetic replacement, they cover it with fib skin so that it looks real. His cybernetics are notable in that he keeps his in metal. Like, they are very apparent cybernetics.
Obvious that it's cybernetics.
Yes. And Zed and Cho, you're the first ones to notice because just kind of the angles. He has 2 separate ROV ports in the back of his head.
2 of them.
2.
Ooh.
Right next to each other.
Impressive.
He is dressed very stylishly. He's got on his shirt is like an electric blue, but with these black silk slashes that come down toward the center of the front, which is like stick tight, right? No buttons, because they get in the way, right? They're rolled to where they're kind of about 3/4 length on his arm. He's wearing very, very well cut, like gray chinos with black boots.
Chun kind of looks down, and they're still wearing like black t-shirt that's there's like, okay,
Cheeseburger mayonnaise stain on it.
The wizard van is wonderful, but it also sheds, so there's some purple shag like on their shoulder, and they're kind of like a little self-consciously.
I mean, those seat covers are, those seat covers are no joke.
No, they really weren't. It's like, oh, what can we do for you?
He goes, "You've done so much already."
Well, I mean, it's not actually, we're not actually asking what we can do for you, but more like a polite way of saying, what do you want?
Oh, he goes, "I came along to do two things. One, to thank you, because you took Redcap off the board."
Thank you. Finally, somebody who agrees that we did our job. That's amazing.
And secondly, to ask you if you'd like to continue.
Continue breathing?
Yeah. A little
Continue
more specifics there.
removing pieces from the board.
So what's interesting is you appear to be the wild cards.
We've heard that a lot lately.
We sure
Yeah.
are wild.
So you've managed to survive thus far, which was against the odds. And you're also managing to, let's say, muddy the waters.
Okay, that sounds
I
good.
mean, you and what's happening in Angel City right now, there's a lot of people who we don't want to regain their footing, who can't regain their footing right now.
Again, can you get just like a little more specific? Like, what is it exactly you're wanting us to do?
Keep
You can
sowing,
speak plainly. There is no monitoring or
keep
recording
sowing
software
chaos.
I mean, we are very good at chaos.
I mean, to be
But-
absolutely fair, most of the chaos has come because we're trying to keep ourselves alive.
Yeah.
And while I'm okay with chaos for chaos's sake, I'd like to have a little less near-death experience in my life.
Oh, that's probably not going to happen.
I feel like we were kind of thrown in the deep end with zero preparation. And as I say that, I'm looking at Alondra. And that us floundering about was maybe not the most safest way for us to sow chaos.
There's a safe way for you to do this?
I would strongly disagree in that floundering about is basically the best way to sow chaos.
Floundering
And
about
Jackson-
surviving.
With his cybernetic hand, Jackson points at Maxi and goes, "See, the thing is when you don't know what you're doing, they don't know what you're doing. Makes it very difficult to predict your next move."
Oh,
We are very good at not knowing what we are doing.
Yeah.
It's like the classic thing that the greatest swordsman in all the world can easily be taken out by the rankest tyro because he doesn't know what the hell he's doing.
Right.
He'll have a better chance of getting in a lucky random shot.
Right.
So, right now, the majority of us are still under contract for employment.
We know.
I'm freelance.
Are you suggesting a change of employer, or are you suggesting we continue in our current work as proxies, and this is happening along the way?
Yes, the second one. You signed on with the IOG. That's perfect. Keep working with them.
See, they kind of aren't working well with us.
There are some concerns.
There's some concerns. They're like, compromised. They're not showing up when they're supposed to.
Yes, but see, my understanding from the conversation you had with them is they're not showing up when they're supposed to because you're not telling them which way you're going.
I just need to listen better. We've like plan is we're gonna go get Redcap. Okay, great. Here we are. We're getting Redcap. Where's the IOG? I don't know. And then the IOG is like, we didn't know what you were doing, even though we told them what we were doing.
I don't think we really need to rehash the whole thing.
I'm
Communication is a two-way street. We can improve on both sides, is what we can say here.
Sure. So, again, continue selling chaos. It's great. Keep going.
What's in it for us?
What do you want?
I mean,
world peace.
That's not going to happen.
He kind of shakes his head. He's like, yeah.
Upgrade your self-industries off the board.
Yeah, that'd be a good place to start.
I can start working on that.
Oh, okay. Yes, please. That. I'd like to survive. If I'm being honest.
I can't guarantee that.
Well, okay.
I mean, you could walk outside right now and get hit by a bus.
Yeah. I'm just putting my goals out there.
Sure.
I would like to prevent. There's been talk that things are leading down a path that will head towards a big old war.
Yeah.
I don't know what sort of things our chaos can do, but I would love to prevent that.
So everybody's fairly certain at this point that war can't be prevented.
That's what I was going to say. Perhaps
I'm pretty sure it started about 3 days ago.
Then is there an escape plan we can be part of, or a safe house that we could be invited to at some point?
Sure.
So just to be plain here, the parties you mentioned that should not regain control is the benevolent AI?
Him, Allison, Cassandra, all of them.
What's your goal?
I want to take down the whole organization from the inside.
Meaning
And then?
Identico.
No, meaning the Sages, the whole thing. It needs to go.
And then what goes in its place?
Nothing.
Okay. Sign me up.
So why is the change of heart? I mean, you were part of this to begin with.
I was one of the first people recruited after the initial 4.
I love how you dodged the question. That was great.
The organization has become... First, the organization met its goal and should have been dissolved when it did that. But it wasn't. Call it hubris. But now, between the benevolent AI and however many copies of himself he has made, Allison, Cassandra,
Copy.
they can't be trusted anymore.
Do we know the benevolent AI had made copies of himself?
Just a safe assumption, maybe.
I would assume so, considering the first thing rule number 1 is make a backup.
Okay. Well, I mean, I'm in it to win it, so
So
I'd also ask that Omni be thrown a little bone, because I mean, they did kind of lose 3 people to this.
You're still technically working for them, is my understanding.
Yeah, but if we don't
our contract is still intact.
But if we don't produce results, how long will that continue?
What results can't you produce by continuing to do what they ask you to do? More than just upgrade yourself out there.
That's what I'm saying. Is there something you might be in a position to offer us that would be advantageous to Omni? Some sort of contract for possibly your security personnel or something?
Shawn does make a good point.
Sure. He goes, actually, yes. I'm going to send you some specifications I need forwarded on to your employers.
Very well.
If
We'll
they
make it
can
happen.
produce it to spec, they can have the contract.
You got it. All right. Chaos it is.
He goes, really, I wanted to meet you after everything Nora told me.
All good.
She was actually very helpful.
She was one of the few to be helpful, honestly, so far.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was
My
not
proxy.
unpleasant.
She's my proxy for a reason.
You pick them well.
Yeah, you picked good.
He robbed one of my assistants when she was 12.
Nah. Nice.
That's how I found her.
You got to get the talent. Yeah.
And she is talented.
Yeah. So, can we also agree to have like better communication then?
Sure.
Going forward? Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is there anything I can do else I can do for you?
I mean, you offered to help take down, upgrade yourself, so I'm.
I mean, it
I'm
seems
gold.
like, yeah, it seems like between that and the possibility of more business for Omni, I mean, you've got yourself your own little company, a little Chaos Incorporated.
Nah.
Hey, that's the name of the show.
Hey.
I'm trying to figure out how to get that in for like 5 minutes now.
Oh my god, that's amazing.
And that's the first time we've done that in 5 months of broadcasting. Anyway, doodly-doo, back to the show.
Yeah, I mean, it seems
all
like
planned.
our interests align.
Okay.
Which is a good thing to confirm. If you'd said, after taking down the sages, your goal is to rule it all, I would have some problems with that. But
My goal is to leave.
I can support that.
You're talking extra solar, like
Yeah.
out.
Oh, like leave.
Yeah, like leave.
Oh,
I believe the proper term is that his planet needs him.
Maxi, are you actually reading those graphic novels I gave you?
Yes, there were quite a few times I was bored and there was nothing else to read. They were good.
If you weren't wearing just a towel right now, I would hug you.
He says, any information you need, anything that's not clear at this point.
You'd like us to continue to sow chaos, however, is there a particular order in which you'd like that chaos sown?
yeah. I don't know what we're doing right now.
Not particularly. I've got things that have got to get done, but I don't know if you're going to want to go do them.
It would perhaps help us to know what those goals are so that we can align our chaos to match those goals.
Would you like to raid a La Sagage facility and steal the nuclear material they have left? I can send that to a different team. I'm just asking.
I would love to go to a nice party and gather some intel.
Yeah, we could.
Maxi's
we're real
eyes
good at
light up.
parties. We're real good at parties. Wow.
I mean, yeah, I'll stay in the van. We have a very nice van now.
Oh, if you want us to do like a distraction elsewhere, we could do that. But that sounds like a lot. I'm not a fighter or anything. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a grand total of one of us who is actually like deadly on purpose.
So as we've been sitting here and talking with him, just general perception of him with my eyelid tech of a 31. Do I notice anything out of whack with his with him at all? Like, do I feel like he's telling the like he's
Yeah, you do. He seems tired.
when he was specifically saying that he wanted out, when I was asking him about, well, hey, you were one of the original 4, essentially go against them. Did I pick up any red flags there? Like any jumps in blood pressure or anything?
Nope.
All right.
The impression you're getting is he's tired. He's just like, I'm done now. It's over. I'm going to do my thing.
I'm too old for this shit.
More beyond that, like, you all know, so, and, you know, anti-aging techniques being what they are in 2099 and things like that. I mean, he's in his mid-70s. He's a fairly old guy. He looks like he's probably in his late 40s, early 50s. Just because he's rich and can afford, you know, that kind of anti-aging tech.
Yeah.
You know, he's tall but very, very thin. Like, he's not very bulky. You know that he actually is something of a scientist myself. He invented the waste reclamation process that Pustula uses that allowed them to take over waste management first in Atlanta and then across North America and then pretty much the planet. You know, the guy for being a tree hugger, he personally supervised the cleanup of every single garbage patch in the oceans.
Yeah.
Wow.
I remember that.
Now, rumors abounded because he was in the waste management business when he was young with this stuff, that he was mobbed up pretty heavy, right? Because a lot of those industries were mobbed up pretty heavy. And the rumors were that he basically killed any mob boss that wanted to get in his way. In his younger days, he was a vicious business person. You know, he maintains a monopoly over waste management nearly planet-wide. He runs one of the largest, and especially since humans produce so much waste, you know, and by the process of his reclamation, he's also one of the largest commodities dealers on the planet because he's able to take pretty much any waste and break it down to its constituent elements.
Dang.
With very little loss. So that's the technique he invented when he was in his early 20s. Yeah, I mean, he's a very accomplished guy, but like I said, that's how he's striking you. He's just tired.
Can I ask one more question, Mr. Howe?
Sure.
What do you know about like weird human enhancements, like people who can like make magic fire come out of their hands, or you know?
It's been rumors for a couple of years now.
Just rumors.
It started with rumors of somebody near the scar, a group, a species that came out of the scar. And then another rumor hit that some corporation had stumbled onto something accidentally that had, for lack of a better term, mutating capabilities on humans. And as far as I understand, when those rumors started, the entity, benevolence entity, started doing research into the whole thing and has been attempting to recreate the process. There's a series of processes he's trying to recreate. You can understand, when he transferred his brain, when he was human, into the system, he hasn't been able to recreate the process with any other person. He doesn't know how to do it again.
Interesting.
And he's also very interested in human augmentation. Because imagine if he could take himself out of the grid now. He does it through rovers now, but imagine if he could put himself into a new body, one that had been enhanced.
He would effectively also become immortal.
Yeah, that'd be not good. Okay.
Now,
Interesting.
near as I know, he hasn't figured it out yet.
I feel like we would have seen some.
Yeah, somebody running around
Something.
throwing fire out of his hand. Yeah.
Yeah.
Shawn has a terrible poker face, by the way.
He's been hiding his capabilities for a long time. I think he had to show a little bit of his hand down in Angel City recently, and I think that spooked him, so I think he's going to go to ground for a little bit.
Okay, that's good. That buys us time, right? Cool.
Of course, when an animal goes to ground, that's usually the best time to, spook them more.
Look, I wouldn't worry about Benevolent right now. He already has enough enemies, and there's another group causing him enough problems right now.
Okay.
If you want to go after somebody, go after Identico or go after Cassandra Blythe.
Yeah, I mean, if
Blythe
we're getting
probably
down to
being
brass,
the easier target.
Yeah.
yeah, if we're getting down to brass tacks here, what's our job? Like, what task are you giving us that's not an assault on a nuclear silo? Or are you just saying, do your regular work and see what happens?
And if you happen to, aim yourself at Blythe or Identico, them off balance while other things are occurring, that wouldn't necessarily be a bad thing.
Because then it doesn't tie back to you and what you're doing.
Doesn't tie back to anybody.
Because we're just random.
Because you get to be the wild card.
Because we're wild. Okay.
When shit hits the fan, is there any resource you can provide to us? Whether
Sure,
it
what
be
do you-
information, whether it be muscle, technology.
What do you need?
I mean, we don't know yet. If we don't know what we're doing.
I think maybe what Zed's asking is, do we have a contact, or do we just pick up the phone and call you, which I highly doubt you would like.
Alondra will be able to get a hold of me anywhere that I am.
How's she been through this entire dialogue? Is she just hanging out watching all of this? Is she acting nervous?
She's literally drinking a glass of and scrolling on her glow.
So she's indifferent.
Yes, which Apex knows is like her, at least in her exterior. Apex knows that Alondra is never indifferent. Alondra is always, she's a chess player, she's always thinking 7 different moves ahead of where she's at, but you can't, Alondra has a really good poker face.
All right. Well, I'm on board. I would like to know the name of your tailor for this ensemble.
Oh yeah, hang on. He pulls out his glow and then does an airdrop.
Oh my god.
Tell him I sent you.
Oh, I will.
Wow.
He's in Chicago, but
What is distance in our world?
I feel like the connection that you just got is like a modified, like far future logo for Men's Warehouse.
Think more like
Brooks Brothers.
your own
Row.
private tailor from Savile Row.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a Kingsman logo.
It's a Kingsman logo. I was just going to go there.
Little
Manners
Circle
maketh
K.
the man. All right. Well, we're gonna have some dinner.
You're welcome
We
to
need
join
to
us.
We need to sleep. It's been a rough day.
He goes,
Be nice.
get some rest.
You want some food? I'm going to debut my new
No,
track here in a little bit.
I have to go pay attention to something else that's happening right now.
Cool.
Thanks for stopping by. In person.
Actually, thank you for not just having us kidnapped and dragged. That's a welcome change.
I wasn't the one that started the surveillance on you.
No, but
That's
that's happened a lot lately, so it's
Red-
nice to be treated differently.
To be fair,
Red Cap-
we've done our own amount of kidnapping and dragging, so
Yeah.
I feel like karmically we are likely balancing.
Oh, he goes, the thing about the people who can do weird stuff,
Yeah.
besides benevolent, you want to go look into the Malfinia capital power if you want to pursue that.
Malfinia capital power. Okay, that's not a connection I was aware of.
You're very well aware of Malfinia because they invented Element 1, and it's the primary power source that's used for most of the planet now. But no, you didn't make the connection of why would they be involved with people who can do weird things.
Cool. Good tip.
Speaking of surveillance, Identico's been circling our old apartment. I'm sure you know that, but just
Yeah, well, if Red
all
Cap
cards
had
on
been
the table.
surveilling you from the beginning, does that surprise you at all?
no.
You took
no,
Red
just-
Cap off the board, but Allison's got other assets.
She's
And
gonna
I'm
have a new
sure-
proxy.
Yeah, with
I'm
the
sure
power
she will-
vacuum there.
She'll find a new proxy within, if she hasn't already picked someone, it'll be within the next week or so.
So we should scorched earth the apartment and start fresh. If we are looking to sow chaos in somewhat secret.
Probably
Have
safer.
you been very secretive up to this point?
Okay. Sometimes.
You make a good point. Perhaps we could operate in the open at this point.
I believe at one point we did walk up to a car that was tailing us and give them food. So
That was a power move.
It worked, didn't it?
I don't believe we walked up to the car. I believe we had food delivered to the car.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Tomato.
Yes, whatever.
A personal appearance versus a delivery does send a different message.
That's true.
Maxi, when you say that, it sounds vaguely threatening to, not to me, but like it just sounds like you're ready to threaten someone.
I am always ready to threaten someone, Shawn. You know that.
Even in a towel, I get it.
Some people are intimidated by a lack of clothing.
I look around. Does anyone in the room see intimidated?
No.
Mission accomplished, buddy.
I think Maxi's picked up. Maxi's comfortable right now. I get the feeling
Yeah.
Maxi's just like, I am here in all of myself.
all right. Well, if there's nothing else we need to discuss tonight, I think you've got work to do. We need to rest. We need to figure out our next steps, and we'll stay in touch.
Sounds good. And he kind of throws you all a one finger, says good luck, and he leaves.
Does Alondra leave with them?
Yeah, well, before that she says, Apex, make sure you don't do anything too crazy. I really don't want to have to tell your parents.
Please don't tell them.
I'm not going to, but I also don't want to take your body home to them either.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like we have the same goal here because I would also like to not be
Do
dead.
that. Right.
We're all on board with the not dying part.
And
Yeah.
she blows you a kiss and she goes, take care of yourself, dear.
Always do. Right back at ya.
That seems uncomfortable.
I mean, at least she called me Apex this time. That was a big improvement.
If we recall, Alondra was the one that kind of got Apex involved in the whole underground initially. But it's a very tense relationship.
Kind of like a bit of a mother-daughter kind of mentor-mentee relationship, and yeah. Also a little bit tense currently because Apex feels like she's just been left out of the loop and thrown to the wolves.
So they take off. You all have dinner, at which point you are exhausted and kind of all half fall asleep. You know that like thing where you're like sitting on a couch and then you wake up 3 hours later and you're like, was I supposed to go to bed?
I'm gonna upload my new track to the cloud, up to the net to see if I can get any hits on my account.
Your SoundCloud?
It's a cloud sound.
But how many times does Maxi say "oh yeah" in your new track?
Now it isn't a completely sampled new piece. A lot of the sounds from the porta potty are in there. And the "oh yeah" is kind of like it basically starts and ends the piece. It's kind of like a frame. So like the beat drops and everything just crushes and then it just fades into the darkness and there's just a "oh yeah." It's about 2.5 minutes, but yeah.
Nice.
I like it. You all rest overnight and get up the next morning. What would you like to do?
Coffee.
Oh, Finnegan sent up a full coffee service, so like right when you wake up, there's like a silver, like one of the valets wheels in an entire silver serving set. So there is coffee, tea, a little miniature like make your own cappuccino machine.
Oh my
right?
God.
There's a variety of pastries. So there's scones, Danish, croissant, hard-boiled eggs because Finnegan knows Zed loves his protein. He stays trim.
Nice.
There is a variety of creamers and sugars. There's a sugar in the raw, like a traditional sugar. Like there's one of those little fructose, like where it's just liquid fructose for your tea.
It's very fancy.
Wow, all the fancy coffees.
Fruits. There's like a pile of like sliced strawberries and then blueberries, mango, kiwi.
But it's clear to the observer this is not the standard like room service breakfast tray. Yes.
No, this was put together special.
Nice.
Yeah. Finn.
There
Finn
is
knows
enough
what I
food
like.
for 4 and maybe more.
Oh, good. Yeah. I'm drinking coffee, eating scones.
Yeah, Maxi's crushing some black tea and scones and Danish.
Chone is shoveling Danish into their face in between the sips of coffee.
Very nice.
We can stay here a while, right?
Maxi's still
This
wearing a
coffee's
towel.
good. You do you.
No one's ever told him that the clothes came.
I put him on your bed, man.
Oh, is that the package with the green label?
Yeah.
Because I fell asleep on that last night. That's why he probably didn't see it.
Well, it's wrinkly now.
Yeah, just give it a good shake. That's what I do.
I can send it down to the laundry service if you want it ironed.
Chon goes into the bedroom and then comes back out and just kind of shaking like a garbage bag. It's still in like the package and everything. Kind of.
Not quite what I meant, but good job.
This towel is very comfortable. It is soft.
They do have good towels here.
I mean, I'm not judging. Just if you want the clothes, you can.
I mean, sure. Chon goes off to take a shower.
Well, Maxi will make a call to the desk and have someone come up to press the clothes.
Yeah, they send a valet up to come, and they say it's going to be 20 minutes.
Maxi opens the door and the towel, hands the package out, nods, and
they tell you 20 minutes. 20 minutes later, you get a knock door, and it's covered in a shrinked plastic, and they hand it to you on a hanger, and
Maxi tips.
okay.
Somebody adjust that towel.
And once the door shut, Maxi literally drops the towel and just starts getting dressed. He's not even paying attention to the room.
Nope.
He just starts putting clothes on.
I'm going to look intently at my cup of coffee.
Probably
It's
about
not
the
the first. I mean, this is not the first time Maxi has done this, so this shouldn't be surprising.
And probably about this time, there's the shower turns off, and there's a wall of steam comes out of the shower bathroom area, and Chon comes out wrapped in a towel from shoulders down. It's considering the difference in size between Chon and Maxi. I mean, it covers them almost completely, like a robe without shoulders.
Oh, these are wonderful bath sheets.
These are amazing. I need to find out. I need some of these for home.
I told you, they are very soft.
Okay, I'll go take a shower too.
And Chon just goes back to their seat and just sitting there, just wrapped in a towel, happy
In the
as can
towel,
be.
eating breakfast, right?
Yeah, 100%.
What would you like to do
So
next?
what
We're
is
all-
our-
I'm
we're-
showering.
you were all showered and fed, and you're feeling considerably better than you had the last couple of days. Apex, especially, you're not like a rural girl. Being out in the
Sure.
woods, not really your style.
I mean, I did live out there for a little bit
A little bit, but
with Steve Martin. But
you're drawn back.
yeah,
Zed
I'm a
hates
city
the wilderness.
girl at heart.
It's terrible.
That's the most time Chon has spent outdoors in their entire life. Well, outdoors not counting beaches.
So, what would you all like to do?
Because that's where real outdoors is the beach.
Well, where does everyone suggest that we begin or continue our campaign of chaos?
Well,
Should we check in with Omni?
we
It's
should do
probably
that.
worth-
You get an email. All four of you are CC'd on an email that
me too.
has the specifications of what Jackson wants.
Then yeah, I'll schedule a call with the VP that sent us out here, conference call for a half hour from now.
Okay.
And we'll present that there. But in the meantime, I would suggest that since IDENTECO is currently surveilling our premises and keeping us from getting at, most of our clothing and gear, we should take that as an opportunity to fuck with them.
Okay.
I guess the question still remains: do we try to act in secret, or do we try to act out in the open, so to speak? We already know they are on to us.
So head to the apartment, wave at the drones,
I
Try and capture the drone, trace it back to whoever's driving it.
We could do that. We could continue on business as usual, but still continuing our secret actions, our black ops actions, I suppose.
Yeah, we're gonna we need to keep up front doing business for Omni, and for the IOG.
They already know the apartment is part of our contract with Omni. I'm certain of that.
And that's why they're surveilling it. But I'm just saying, let's use that as our first foray into this black oops.
Like feed them misinformation, or
let's find out who's actually, because Redcap's not checking on us anymore. Let's find out who the new puppet master is and see if we can pull their strings for a change.
Sure.
If not, they're watching us for a reason. Let's find out what that reason is and make it even worse.
Okay. So move back into the apartment?
Well, we should at least get our stuff. I mean, I don't really want to. Shawn's like patting the towel, like not. It's almost like a calming tick, and they're not even aware that they're doing it. It's like, I mean, we don't need to give up the suite yet. I mean,
okay.
But we should probably get our stuff.
It may be beneficial to have 2 points of activity. Our front building, and perhaps then a secondary place where we conduct some other business.
Yeah. See, Maxi gets it.
Zed, would your former companion be amenable to us keeping the suite for some time?
We can pay for it.
Yeah, I mean, I'll have to ask them to make sure, but I'm thinking if the souls are going in, we can stay.
We can make that happen. An Apex. I mean, you technically don't work for Omni. Would you like to hire on as a contractor? Get on the payroll?
That sounds pretty official. I mean, I am getting paid, right? I'm getting paid by Omni, aren't I?
As a human resources representative, I can negotiate a contract.
Alondra is paying you.
Oh, Alondra's paying me. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, then no thanks. I mean, it's like, you dip your toes in and then they drag you under. Like, that just makes me nervous.
But you're not leaving us, though, are you?
Oh, no. But Alondra pays me to do my stuff, so.
Okay.
You're a
From
subcontractor.
Yeah.
From a paperwork standpoint and from an espionage standpoint, it does provide better frontage for you, as it then appears that you are also working for Omni as a contractor instead of a subcontractor, which provides a cover that you have more at stake for Omni than you actually do.
That is true.
And-
although anybody who knows me knows that I wouldn't sell out to a corp. So
Again, in the interest of doing things that are chaotic, perhaps it is good to act against your known nature.
okay, that's fair.
The added benefit being that Omni would also be paying you.
A little getting double paid there, huh?
I believe the term is double dipping.
Double dipping. I could do that. Okay. But I don't want to have any, for X amount of time. I just I don't want to a contract.
We have there is a standard month-to-month employment.
Okay.
Contract or contract employment clause. I can certainly contact HR to get one of those processed.
Yeah, I would appreciate that. I don't want to commit for 2 years or some such nonsense, but yeah, month to month I could.
Isn't there the one where it's just for a project, where it's not really a set length of time?
From a paperwork perspective, on paper you will report to Shawn.
Oh,
but again, that is simply on paper.
Sure.
Which also means that Shawn will be responsible for falsifying your monthly reporting.
I mean, I'll just change mine. I mean, I've got a bot that's writes mine right now.
I do not need to know the particulars. Simply that will likely be done.
Oh, sure.
Sure.
This is nice. I don't get to do a lot of hiring. Most of my work is in terminations.
That's a pretty nice little change. You're mixing it up too. I like it.
I don't know that I've ever actually filed this paperwork before. This will be a learning experience.
So while Maxi's working on the paperwork, Zed, you get an email from your VP. They're reviewing the specifications. And since you're kind of the sales manager,
Sure.
your VP, Desi, wants to move the call up by 5 minutes because they're now chomping at the bit.
Okay.
Sure, I'll set up like a camera and a little floating camera and make sure that all of us appear close.
Nice. So you jump on the call with Desi, and she goes, "Well, Zed, you've outdone yourself."
That's what I normally do.
So, real quick, she's like, "You're not after my job, are you?"
You know I don't like to be tied down.
And yet somehow you managed to get what our initial estimators are saying is a $3 billion contract from the SSMC.
You paid me to do a job. We got it done. And
So suffice it to say, we're going to leave you in Silicon City for a bit. Please let them know that it will take us a week or so to finish the final estimates. But is there anything else you'd like to report? Any other irons in the fire?
not at this time. We're definitely pursuing other opportunities. We're holding a meeting, talking to some other
Maxi
clients.
says you're making a new hire? He
Yes,
sent in some paperwork.
Yeah. A local asset has been invaluable in closing the previous deal, so we decided to bring her on.
The salary request is a little high.
Considering the 3 billion souls brought in,
Thank you, sir.
Maxi will speak up from the background. Also, we've done some checking, and we believe the salary is appropriate for the work that this individual will be performing under Shawn. It's competitive for this area.
Cost of living is killer here.
She goes, considered approved. Anything else?
No, I think we're good for now. If anything else comes up from our end or your end, just circle back.
Yeah,
for
well,
another
we're obviously
touch
going
base.
to... Do we need to funnel the estimates through you?
Yes.
Okay. We'll be in touch with those estimates as soon as we have them done.
Very good. Thank you.
That made you super suspicious, Ed. She's never that nice. Ever.
Oh.
Well, it is a $3 billion, thing.
Yeah. Was there anyone else on that call or with her?
It was just her and her assistant, Anthony, who you'll recall from episode 1.
Yep.
Well, we might have to do a little bit of digging on that later, but I think for right now we're good.
Okay.
Cool. Thanks for negotiating for me.
I don't think we negotiated as much as just told to do.
Well, Thanks for talking her into it.
If they had had any real concerns, they would have talked to us off the call.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Just forewarning, if they do ask me to terminate your contract, in our particular case, I'll simply be ending your employment.
I really appreciate that.
I thought I would be clear.
With words,
Yeah.
correct?
Murdering.
Yeah. I mean, I assumed, but I'm glad you wanted to communicate that clearly to me.
I wanted you to be sure that our relationship is, while it is professional, it is also personal, and I would not be the one that they would send to do an actual termination due to the fact that I hired you.
I think that's encouraging. Hopefully they're not going to send somebody to murder me when
I don't. Maybe I am not being clear. I don't believe there will be anyone from Omni sent to murder you.
Okay. Cool. We're good then.
I think, now that we're done talking about murder, that's where we'll leave this episode, where the team is trying to decide what their next moves are going to be and how they can continue to sow chaos throughout Silicon City. For those that are interested, if you would like to go see the background on what's happening there, all the previous episodes, because see we have some new viewers. All the previous episodes of Chaos Inc. are up on our YouTube channel. Just search for Identico. You can also get more background information on all of the comings and goings of the world of Identico by watching our other show, which is all the back episodes are on YouTube, and that's Angel City Stories. We will be back on Wednesday. It's the new year. We're back on a full broadcast schedule. We're back on Wednesday for Identico After Dark, where we're going to talk some Book of Boba Fett. And we are still working on some more Identico shows. So
It's really impressive that you said it that fast, too.
Book of Boba Fett.
Stay tuned, everybody. For now, this has been Identico. You can find it at playidentico.com or at a game store near you. And if you happen to be near me, go to my game store and buy it, please. Thanks.
Order their hardcover cough.
Yeah, it's a hardcover.
Once again, Steph, where can they find you on the interwebs?
Oh gosh, you can find me at Starlit Firefly on all the social medias. You can also hear me on the podcast Cthulhu and Friends and my other podcast Sawyer and Bennett and Zombies.
Very fun.
Check those out.
Caleb, where can we find you, my good sir?
I am on the socials at the Caleb G, and you can also hear me over on the RPG Academy. We should be kicking off our 13th Age campaign again soon after a long hiatus, and we probably have some. It's real fun, and I'm excited to get back to it.
I've watched a few episodes.
Yeah, and I've got some other irons in the fire with them for some other campaign projects after the 13th Age game ends, and maybe some other shows too.
Nice.
Awesome. And Kaylee, where can we find you?
The best place to find me is at redemptionpodcast.com. It's the longest, oldest, still running Star Wars actual play podcast that's out there. My co-player Michael and I both are there. We broadcast, well, not broadcast, we release episodes every 2 weeks on Monday, and one just dropped today.
Okay. Michael, finally, sir, where can they find you?
Oh, jeez, finally. You can find me on the socials at LoserMLW. You can find me here on the occasional Monday show. Every other Monday, in fact. Hopefully moving forward, we can get back on schedule. And then you can see me again, or hear me, on the Redemption Show. You can hear me also on other podcasts, to and fro. I will make the occasional appearance on Identico After Dark. Hopefully sometime soon to talk about Boba Fett myself, because I have thoughts. And
You have thoughts.
I have thoughts, but I'm sure you have a guest for tomorrow already.
Actually,
for Wednesday already.
I'll have to check with Mallo. I actually don't know.
Oh,
I don't know.
Anyway,
So,
yeah, you can find me on the socials at LoserMLW, and yeah, I do a lot of voice work.
we've had a couple of people from this cast, and hopefully everybody eventually from this cast will come onto Identico After Dark, because Kaylee's done an episode with us, Michael's done an episode with us, and we love having guests.
It's fun.
We will be there Wednesday for Identico After Dark at 7 o'clock Pacific time, and we will be back. Yes, we are back on our regular Chaos Inc. schedule. We should be back January 17th with the next episode of Chaos Inc. Again, all our back episodes are on YouTube. I am Alex, the humanoid behind the screen and controlling the dials is the Mallo Man, and we'll all see you next time. Bye!
Bye.
Farewell.
Bye.